Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the Experience Beyond podcast. I'm your host, Yash Sultania, CEO of XEBO.ai. And today I'm bringing this podcast from the heart of Saudi Arabia. We are in Riyadh during the winter period, the best time to be in Riyadh. And I've been joined by a special guest, someone who has been at the forefront of CX transformation in Saudi Arabia. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mansour Al-Ajmi, CEO of XShift.
Thank you very much, Yash. First of all, welcome to Riyadh, and I hope you enjoy your stay in this time of winter. Happy to be with you on this podcast. I have been following also the previous episode, and really I like the content and I like the learning lesson that it has been given by the rest of the friends and colleagues also who used to be your guest in the previous days.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mansoor. And uh, thank you, first of all, for giving us this space, a beautiful office where we are having this podcast today. And it's always been a pleasure whenever I meet you, whenever we have these discussions. And it's been an engaging 6 months since we have started working together as well. So, just for our guest, I would like to do a brief introduction about yourself.
Sure.
So, Mansour Al-Ajmi is the CEO of XShift, a founder of two regional companies, a board level advisor, and a strategic investor in future focused ventures. With over a decade of experience in the BPO industry, building and scaling business, his journey began in 2014 when he founded Pioneer Outsourcing. The company was acquired by Majorel Group in 2018 and eventually by Teleperformance. As CEO, Mansour spearheaded strategic partnerships and expansions, leading to a successful second exit with Teleperformance in 2024. Throughout his career, Mansour has driven key mergers and expanded his ventures globally. Now, at the helm of XShift, he continues to shape the business landscape with a strong focus on digital transformation and customer experience, following his successful transition from the BPO sector. It's an impressive CV, Mr.
Are you
Mansour.
sure this is still Mansour or different one?
No, anyone who knows you know that
Thank you
it's
very
you.
much for this introduction. Yes, I started, let's say I have 20 years of experience. The first 10 years was the corporate life when I graduated from university, joining mainly in the telecom sector. And the second 10 years was in the entrepreneurial life also, where through in 2014, I started the venture of opening the company, and really was my role. Mainly two things. Just I established the firm that really look after fulfilling a need in the market, and the second role was finding the right talent, recruiting, developing, and also growing the organization. I was lucky that in the last 10, 15 years, I was mainly focusing in the customer experience, going from the operation, the process management, up to the technology deployment, and so on. And I'd like really to welcome you also again. And this office, now after our recent engagement, I think it's our joint office together here in Saudi.
It's very impressive, Mansoor.
Thank you.
So let me start this podcast with one of the key topics that not only people in Saudi Arabia are discussing, but also globally whenever I meet them. As someone who has been traveling to Saudi Arabia since last 12 years, I have observed significant and rapid transformation. And this is across different industries, across culture.
Sure.
It's whether it's investments in key businesses, sports, tourism, or technology. I think Saudi Arabia is leading the global initiatives, global development, and the world is looking at us. For the global audience, I want to tell them that this did not happen in a day, right? Huge effort, huge change in vision that happened that led to where we are. And also, I know that this is just half done, and the plans that are there are much grand. But I would like to take your views, Mansoor, that what do you think is the key reason of Saudi Arabia's rise as a global economic power? And what do you think has led to this extraordinary change?
Thank you very much. Yes, I think, like what you mentioned, not only you, I think everyone who's coming, visiting the country also, we meet, we discuss, we are getting the same, let's say, impression and the same question again and again. And actually, what I will comment on this, or the feedback I will give, I will take it from my point of view, or from my perspective as a person who look at it from transformation, technology, and the customer experience side. While definitely there is another important and another aspects from economic side, and also from the other aspects. So what I see, we are as a country going through not only transformation, we are going through a serious transformation in the entire country, across all industries, across all verticals. And definitely in the heart of this transformation is the customer experience, or citizen experience, or what we call it in generic, beneficiary experience. Because whatever we are going to change or having to be changed, if there is no impact on the end user or beneficiary, either it was a citizen, resident, visitor, a patient, tourist, then these changes won't really have the impactful, let's say, eco or impression like what you said. So this is what we are going through. So from my perspective, we put the CX, or the customer experience, or the beneficiary experience, really at the heart of this change, where we have to make sure in every industry, from government, retail, banking, telco, whatever, that really we have to consider this in all the strategic changes. That would make it visible to you and any other person, either local or foreign, he's visiting the country, that really he sees this impact. This is from one side, where the change is becoming, or the CX integral part of the entire transformation in Saudi. The second part also, we are not just discussing the change by itself. Let's look at it also from how can we sustain this change, or where this change is coming. You see so many initiatives that came, that we have to leverage on cutting edge technology, leveraging in AI also, and making it part of the game of what we do. Make sure that we are harnessing this technology and the data also, and the analytics part. And maybe this is also where we came across each other, where we are as a local company trying to explore what is really the best in the market or globally, where we can tailor and work together and join hands. So that's my perspective, that yes, the transformation mandate, and big of this mandate, really we need to have world-class experience for the beneficiary and the users.
Oh, that's truly great. And telling from my experience, from someone who is visiting Saudi for last 12 years, and that experience, you see a change directly from the airport itself. Earlier, when I used to come, it used to take sometime around 4 to 5 hours for us to clear immigration.
True.
Now with smart gates, it's happened in less than 30 seconds.
True.
So the change has been so transformative that it was very difficult for us to imagine that it can happen in such short span of time. Even when I visited US, people were so fascinated about the story of Saudi Arabia. When they know that we are working extensively in this market, they want to say, they want to understand, listen to our stories, what is happening, what kind of changes are happening, and how it is happening so fast and rapid. I think it's a great kudos to the entire leadership within the country, and also people like yourself who are driving this change.
I'm really happy to listen to this feedback. And I will give you a little secret also. Most of the times, I don't try the smart gates or the others. I go with the normal process, because also I need to see how the process is becoming more agile, changed. So even with the manual, let's say, gates that having the traditional experience, we see this really change, and the processing time is faster. Even the technology that's used, I believe for the user who's behind the screen or behind the counter, everything looks in the same screen, easy, instead of the 5 minutes filling or processing, even that now happening in a few seconds. So yeah, thank you. I'm really happy to listen to this experience
Yeah, yeah.
from you.
And I think one of the other secret which what I can feel is that it's about the inclusion, not only inclusion in terms of gender, but also people from different ethnicity who are here working on the same vision is something which is really driving this change. I see now, especially women in different sectors which are there, and they are leading the workforce along with them. So, which is something which was happening over the years as well, but now they are coming truly in the front and leading this change within the country.
Yeah, true, very true. Actually, it's not only the women empowerment, which is definitely, if you are following also the news, the program that was happening since years now. Yeah, there are so many programs to make sure the empowerment and the inclusion and all this stuff, and not only from the gender perspective, the entire environmental, let's say, business environment changed, empowered the diversity, empowered also the skill and also the language. Maybe even in the boards, once you come, I don't think so that in the previous years you encountered people with such soft skills of greeting and meeting foreign people coming to the country. And this is now, you can see the significant change once you arrive to the boards. So yeah, luckily it's not about only technology. It's also about technology, it's about skill, it's about also education and the entire ecosystem behind that.
So let's come to Vision 2030, Mansoor.
Sure.
It means so many different things to so many different people and so many government entities and sectors by virtue of how they contribute to the vision. When you think of Vision 2030 as a Saudi citizen and as an entrepreneur, what kind of relationship do you have with it and what does it mean to you?
Once we talk about the Vision 2030, as you know, with the big pillars of this vision that we understand it all, for me as a person and with my, let's say, with my scope or my ability or my contribution to the community and also to the entire ecosystem of the country. So we are focusing and trying to make sure with this transformation that we create the agility for organizations, that we work with them to transform them and we make them really ready enterprises for these changes. Because it's not anymore the choice for those, let's say, business customers that we are serving. We need to make sure that they are ready enterprises to serve the end user and be competitive with the rest of the organization that they are serving. So from this, let's say, vision, we are focusing on the transformation side. We are focusing on to bring solutions that ensure and improving the quality of life, quality of the experience, quality of the service offering. That's from our side as a company.
That's great. And I think when it comes to Vision 2030, as you rightly pointed out, one of the key pillars is improving quality of life and improving the beneficiary citizenship experience. So I wanted to ask you that when it comes to CX, we are all working in a space where AI is coming at the forefront.
Sure.
So how do you think that AI is shaping the CX ecosystem, especially when it comes to improving the quality of life and beneficiary experience within the system?
Great. So once we bring always the AI topic, we go to the debate of the empathy. As it really should be human or the AI and this kind of fight. So I will put just a small comment on that, Yash. AI is a must. If we are looking after efficiency, personalized and seamless experience, then definitely we need to capitalize and leverage the technology in that game to make sure really we can personalize the experience with a mass or at a scale for a customer. And in the same time, we will come to that debate, which is also, we want to make sure always we are addressing this. Okay, where's the empathy part of that automation? So that is about really how we create the right balance between them. So my comment here is not really a choice, it's a mandate. And you can see also here in the country that the level of investment that happening to this side of innovation, leveraging on data and leveraging on the automation and AI. But also there is SADAIA, which is a complete authority created to regulate, to encourage also this kind of innovation that is not, let's say, a choice, but really is a mandatory. We become early organizations and country who can leverage on this technology. So from my perspective, I believe, yeah, always should be the game of organization, to be exposed, to explore, to test, and localize this kind of technology that can fit the local need.
No, that's a very valid point. And for me, AI is not, it will not replace what the humans are doing, but it will also help companies to provide personalized experience at scale. So for example, if I go tomorrow to a showroom, let's say to Zara, so through AI, Zara can recommend me what are the kind of dresses or what kind of clothes can suit me based on my previous purchasing behavior, look at it. It can help me to provide those personalized experience, come up with recommendations on the product, because if I go to Zara website, the product catalog is huge. So yeah, if I over hunger station, it will tell me what kind of food preferences. I'm a vegetarian, so it will start showcasing me, looking at my previous history, the kind of food that I like, start recommending me those things. So AI can bring the human element and can help me as a company to personalize the experiences that I'm providing to my customers at scale. So that is very important when it comes to AI part.
Exactly. I was talking to a customer who wants to create, who has a problem. And as exactly you mentioned, is not replacing, and also by integrating AI, you can at a scale create personalization. And this is important. And this is really what drives most of us to be loyal to certain brand or certain app. Let's say you just also put example of the food apps, because we are heavily using that app. And using that app, it means there's a lot of historical orders that's there. So there is information and data where this app can analyze you and can personalize your next orders. So coming back to the client or the friend question, he has a challenge. He's saying, I want to make sure my customers, they stay with me rather than going to my competitors. Then was my first question to him, like, really, how deep do you know your customer? Because you need to invest in the proper infrastructure to capture all these interaction and information about your clients, to understand them fully in order to be going to the next level where you can increase the customer lifetime value with you. So without understanding them, you will not be able to personalize what they need. And for your client, they will be happy that you personalize the offering for them. You are saving time. Instead that I have 2-3 applications, I will have one, but I'm still happy in there. So yeah, definitely leveraging the AI, I think is something very important and crucial for organizations in order to maintain this efficiency and type of personalized experience for their client.
So Mansour, looking ahead, where do you see the future of customer experience in Saudi Arabia? What trends or innovation do you think will dominate this space?
For the trends, and I can see it even not only locally. Yes, very true. Also, this is what I used to say to people within our community. Based on our culture, we are welcoming nation, we are welcoming, let's say, people. So this welcoming and being nice and being caring, this is also, if you can look at it, as a kind of empathic behavior on us, which is integral part of the customer experience. So going from here, also there is the global trends by itself, and I see us as a country at this time or at this stage. Really, we are putting ourselves with a benchmark in order to lead in this area of the customer experience. For trends, I see, or as what I see from today, the practice is the hyper personalization. I see it as number one. This is from the trends that I can see. I see also what we are looking at in the client, and that we are meeting them to give them solutions, to give them also consultation or products. They want to be proactively working and engaging with their client. So it's not anymore the game of being reactive or solving problems or trying to fix issues or trying to create loyalty program. They are proactively looking for solutions that can create this engagement with customers. So this mainly two trends I can see it is the most common now, needed, and also the discussion happening between us on a daily basis with the client to hyper personalize the experience for their client, being proactively engaging with their customer is the key things, the key trends here in our market.
Thank you, Mr. Mansour, for that, sharing that.
Thanks.
Just a follow-up question on that. I see, especially in Saudi Arabia, that government's public sector is leading a lot of innovations when it comes to improving voice of customer, and definitely the role played by ADA and in terms of empowering different government entities to not only measure customer experience, but also to improve and take actions on top of that. Do you think this trend to keep on continue, that government sector will take more initiatives and is willing to invest more into new technologies? Because when I look at the reports also, I see, and this is something which is very unique for Saudi Arabia, wherein we see that private sector has taken foot ahead and taken a lead in terms of any innovations that are happening. Wherein Saudi Arabia, we are seeing something very unique, that government sector is taking a lot of initiatives. You talked about Sadaya, then we have other entities as well. So do you see that trend to keep on going as
I see the trend, yes, will keep on. And as I mentioned, yes, private sector, they care about customers. Also government, they care about residents, they care about visitors, they care about citizens. So, and the level of the care here in the country toward this non-commercial relationship from the government toward the citizens, resident, visitor, patient experience, student experience, this will keep evolving and will continue. And I will see it also will be leading the private sector. This is not just as a perception or as a point of view. This is from what we are seeing. We are in the market today, fulfilling the need for both the private sector and the public sector. Literally, the level of complexity and the level of thoughts that we are taking with the public sector is ahead even with most of the private sector organizations. Because, you know, also delivering good customer experiences involve investment. So this kind of investment with the private sector mainly is linked to the P&L and really tight P&L to be strict with it. In the public sector, we can see now really the quality of our people in the country, from visitors or also from citizen resident, is a priority. That's why I say, yes, it will still the government leading this. It's not only limited to this program that we just mentioned. Look at it now. Every year we are seeing changes. Every year we are seeing amendments and improvements. Like, for example, in the recent days, and also I mentioned it in my LinkedIn, for DGA, the Digital Government Authority, they launched, or they come up with the platform code where they are providing open source tools where the public sector, they can use it for the aim of unifying the experience across all the public sector portals. So think about it. If I am using one government agency portal and I move to another one, and really I feel the same experience, this is going even beyond the imagination that we thought that it will happen. If you go now to any a group of companies in the public sector and they have 2-3 companies in that group, you'll find in every company they have different digital experience. And no one thought about unifying this. Government went beyond this, and they come up with, let's unify this experience to the people, so in order to enhance and make their experiences much better. So I elaborated more on this, but the short answer, I see government will continue leading in the investment, in the innovation, and also in the initiative toward improving the experience.
No, that's something very important, and I hope the world will take a success story and we can create a case story around it that the other countries in the world can copy and start implementing those things. Another thing that I'm seeing, especially in the healthcare industry, the work that Ministry of Health is doing with SEHA, they are not only providing best-in-class experience, but also they are saving life with creating those virtual hospitals, bringing best of technology plus best of services to people, and it's one of the biggest virtual hospital in the world and helping the citizenship here in terms of saving lives and also getting more affordable healthcare. And we don't see now people traveling outside to US and other places for treatment. I hope
for sure.
that will keep on going.
It was yesterday with a client in one of the government hospitals. And this is not the only story for the healthcare, also with others. But I want to take you 3 years back or 4 years back when we are speaking with hospitals. The main, let's say, important reason for them meeting us as solution providers, they want to increase the appointment confirmation, reducing the no-show. That was really what we used to receive as a requirement from them. In the past 2 years, the only thing that they are speaking about, they want help, they want really solutions to help them to increase the patient satisfaction, to make sure they have the omni-channel platform that can support their patient to reach on the right platform, the right touch point they prefer. So yes, very true. Also in the healthcare, really, we admire this enhancement and this innovation that's happening to this sector.
Yeah, that's really true, Mansour. And I always talk to my clients that hopefully we'll see a seat for customer experience head in the board meetings very soon. Right? Sure. Someone with that hat will become as important as a CEO in the board meetings. I hope that will happen very soon.
I hope so.
So, coming back to things which are very close to both of us, Mansour, the partnership between XEBO and XShift. The collaboration brings together two companies focused on driving CX innovation. How do you see this partnership benefiting businesses and organizations in the region?
I have two views on this. First, definitely for any organization that aim to grow and to grow at a scale, partnership is something that you cannot ignore. You have to do partnership because no organization on earth can have all the skills in-house. That's for sure. So for our partnership, definitely I'm really happy, and is not a partnership that came in the past 6 months, maybe formalized in the past 6 months, but definitely exploring this synergy, exploring the partnership and the value it could bring. It was something, I think, more than 1 year or more even to explore that. While we are, both of us, I know we are very active and making decisions, but we want to make sure something that can do impact, positive impact in the region. So for any business that want to scale, partnership is important at the heart of the growth of that organization. And from our side, we see it exactly in line with our strategy, because we are already in the customer experience domain, and we are offering solution and digital transformation for this part. And we have to partner with a company that globally recognized as a great organization with a great product that really already, first of all, having touch of the market, understanding of the Saudi market, and also with a great roadmap of the feature and innovation that will come to satisfy, let's say, our customer expectation and need. So partnership is something that really has to be done. Now, the second part, which is how to do this partnership and how this should be happening. Definitely, it should be decided, and I would say it's a kind of a marriage between organizations. So I see what we have. We have the local expertise, the local understanding, and also the cultural understanding for the market. At the same time, we have the professional expertise of the technology and of what XEBO is offering in the market. So merging these together, it will give additional value where really we can bring competitive advantage to the customer that we work with them to make sure they can really understand their client. We can build them to build proper infrastructure for data about their client in order to excel in that side. So this partnership, one of the things that really I'm proud of during my journey here in Shift, and I'm sure it's going to add a lot of value to our beloved customers.
Thank you so much, Mansour. It means a lot. Though I've not told you ever, but there were 3 key reasons that we also went ahead and did the partnership. One is
you talked about. We should do this podcast long time ago to tell me this.
So one thing, I think you brought about the point around marriage. So we spend more time with people whom we work than with our family as well, with wife, kids, parents. So it is very important to have work with someone whom you like working with. So first and foremost, we really liked working together, meeting you whenever we met. Second point was around, as we are working in this region, we see that clients are getting more and more mature as well. They're not only looking to measure customer satisfaction, but they really want to take actions and drive that change, move towards employee centricity and customer centricity. And we believe that it's not only about providing them a solution, but it has to be a complete, not only providing them the platform, but the complete solution end to end, which helps them to, first of all, listen to the customers and then take timely actions. True. So it's very important to have those partners who understand the market, who understand the culture, and who can support the clients in driving those changes.
I agree.
Thirdly, because you have a regional presence, we wanted to build, and because of our focus in Saudi Arabia, it is not only that we come, we sell our products, and we do everything outside. We want to contribute to the kingdom as well. We wanted to hire people. We wanted to contribute in the economic growth in the organization as well. So we thought, let's create that partnership where we not only do business together, but also create employment opportunities, have local support, have local team that we are developing, not only from the point of support, but also IT development resources as well. So it has to be a give and take relationship within the kingdom. So, and I'm sure that we are working in the right direction and really had good experience working with you till now.
It's really a pleasure to me also having this relation, and very true. This shared values between us toward the business value that we want to do together, also the innovation, and also what we want to do in the country level, where we touch this in our engagement, really, when we want to localize. And really, I'm happy when we discuss the localization concept. You're already also in alignment with me. It's just not, let's Arabize the screens, let's Arabize the material. No, we are talking about really tailoring the processes, the actions, as you mentioned. How can we take the entire workflow completely? So this kind of shared values that we have together, I believe that was really very important part, making this relation and the partnership is happening.
One final question for you, Mr. Mansour.
Sure.
Let's say you are teleported and you meet your 15-year-old self, what advice will you give it to yourself? Or you can give that advice to your kids.
I will keep the same advice again and again. Um, Focus is something that really make a difference. With any situation in life, in social life, or in the business life, I always said to my friends, even to my kids, just make sure you focus on the objective, because always there will be a disturbance, always there will be a challenge, always there will be kind of days that you will lose the motive. But if you keep the focus and discipline, then you will be reaching to your goals. So even if I go back 15 years or ahead 15 years, I will still carry the same principle, which is I do believe and I'm convinced with that.
Oh, that's completely true, especially we are in the world of digital age of TikTok and Instagram. Keeping that focus is really, really important.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mansour. It brings us to the end of the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, let's have a quick little fun questions. We have a rapid fire round. I will ask you a series of short fun questions and you need to answer them as quickly as possible.
Fun question. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sure. I like fun.
Yeah. So one word to describe Vision 2030.
Seriousness.
Favorite city for business and leisure in Saudi Arabia?
Riyadh.
For both?
Yeah, I like it.
A book that inspired you the most?
The Power of Choice.
Good choice. Your go-to productivity hack?
Sport.
A global CX leader that you admire?
Musa.
One food you can't live without?
Bread.
If not CX, what career would you have pursued?
Investment banker.
Your favorite sports to unwind?
Favorite sport? Horse riding.
The one tech trend you are most excited about?
Conversational AI. I think I'm very excited about it.
Same for me as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mansour. It's been always fun and always a learning experience speaking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time today.
It's my pleasure to see you. My pleasure to have this podcast with you. And always good working together, Yash.